Welcome back to the channel, and today was an exciting race. We have to start out by saying congratulations to the McLaren team and the McLaren boys, how I refer to them. They took the 2025 Constructors Championship, and it wasn't a real battle. They've led all year, just as Max led in 23, 22, 21, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so congratulations to Zach, congratulations to Lando, and congratulations to Oscar and the remainder of the team. It's a whole team of folks, so kudos to them for taking it 2 years in a row. Okay, so here's a real recap. George Russell converted pole to victory. So George started the race at number 1 and finished the race at number 1. Max held on to the second place. He rode George for the entire race. And boy, oh boy, I'm sure that was tough for George. And then Lando Norris finished in third. Even though he didn't start in third, he finished in third. And it took all of his might to finish in third. And he fought. He really fought. He was trying to catch Max, but to no avail. Oscar Piastri took fourth place, but that was amid some controversy that flared early on when Norris overtook him. So Lando overtook Oscar in the first turn. And so their wheels touched, and I think one of the wings might have been clipped, but it wasn't dangling, so it was more cosmetic, and it didn't really hinder the car from the speed or anything like that. Then in fourth place, Kimi Antonelli, Mercedes Kimi Antonelli. Oh, that kid is doing such great work. And then after fifth place was Charles Leclerc. Fernando Alonso originally finished in 8th. However, Lewis had an incident, so Fernando wound up finishing in 7th and Lewis in 8th, and then Ali Bierman and Carlos Sainz rounded off the top 10 at 9th and 10th. Now here's something extremely remarkable that happened in this race. All 20 drivers finished. That is a major feat. I love when that happens. It's just nice, and I'm sure they're happy, but not one car was retired. And the FIA did officially declare the race a heat hazard. And so towards the end of the race, and it was hot, it looked hot, you could tell the guys really, really worked their tails off. But at the end of the race, when George was during his interviewing, you could see he was visibly shaken, visibly weak. And he might have been down 5 to 10 pounds. Keep in mind, George had to, from start to finish, George led just about every lap. And he led those laps with Max behind him. So imagine that. Max is, we all know, the best driver on the grid. And to have him behind you in that Red Bull, I don't care if it's the third fastest car on the grid, Max can do or outmaneuver almost anybody at any time. And when Max is on you, boy, I mean, I can see George losing 10 pounds in this race. And so, yeah, but George, top of the podium. The top 10 finishers and fastest lap. So, of course, George, Mercedes, Max, Red Bull, Lando, McLaren, Oscar McLaren, Kimi Mercedes, Charles Leclerc Ferrari, Fernando Aston Martin, Lewis Ferrari, Ali Bierman Haas, and Carlos Sainz Williams. I'm so happy that Carlos is consistently finishing in the top 10. He's driving a Williams, and if you look at Williams' record from last year or prior years, it's amazing that Carlos has moved that car into the top 10 finishes repeatedly for the 2025 season. The fastest lap, surprise, 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 Lewis Hamilton claimed the fastest lap at 1 minute 33.808 seconds, and that's in lap 48, and I'm going to credit that to some clean air because the person in front of him was probably seconds ahead of him and left him open to really take advantage of some clean air. Pierre Gasly had the second fastest lap at 1:34.573, and Gasly didn't even finish in the top 10. So sometimes in my opinion, an inexperienced race lady or gal, when you have clean air, it just moves your car that much faster. I mean, just in general. And that's kind of common sense, but I'm not an engineer, so I don't even know how to explain it. Another notable sequence was Verstappen defending against Norris. So Lando tried to take over Max a couple times, but not so aggressively. I have a feeling if Oscar had been behind Max, it would have been a little bit tougher on Max to remain in second place. I think Oscar would have gone, kind of really, aggressively towards getting the second place for the points, because he and his teammate, they're at the top of the food chain right now in terms of points for the Drivers' Championship. So they're battling it out. They have 6 races remaining to find out who's going to win. And I not discounted Max, but I haven't done the math yet. So right now, the Drivers' Championship standings, the top 10 drivers and top 5 teams: Oscar 336 points, Lando 314 points, Max 273, George Russell 237 points, Charles Leclerc 173 points, Lewis Hamilton 127 points, Kimi Antonelli 88 points, Alex Albon 70 points, Isaac Hadjar 39 points, and Nico Hulkenberg 37 points. So yeah, those are the top 10 drivers and points. Now for the Constructors Championship, we know McLaren won. Congratulations to the McLaren. They won today, the Constructors Championship. Mercedes, 325 points, Ferrari, 300 points, Red Bull, 290 points, and Williams, 102 points. And we're going to say thanks to Carlos for that. And that's about it. That's our recap for today. If you have any questions or corrections, please feel free to correct me. Thank you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.